There's a so stick with us, cause Phineas and Ferb are gonna do it all. So stick with us, cause Phineas and Ferb are gonna do it all.
Hey guys, Beast Force here, and welcome back to another breakdown of Phineas and Ferb. Today we're going to look at the first 22-minute episode of Phineas and Ferb. They explore stuff in the museum until they go create a machine to go back to in the dinosaur age. We also get to see Perry's part of the story, which is for me interesting, as we get to see what happens when another animal takes over to fight Doof, as he was a nemesis. As I thought, but is the first 22 as we get to do, we're getting the band back together later, but this episode for now, we're going to look at it. It's going to be a long point, and I'm going to point out some few things that I know as well, so let's get on with it. When it comes to the 22-minute episodes, I'm going to upload one video. But if it was a 15-minute or 11-minute episode, and I would do that. But if it's a 22-minute episode, and I can't just upload all of them at the same time, unless something that in my brain is going to happen. But we'll keep on that. The next video will be Love Handle, which we're going to do. So, shall we begin? On March the 1st, 2008, this episode is called It's About Time, written by Dan Provermeyer. Phineas and Ferb repair a broken time machine from the museum, and they then travel back in time, accidentally taking Candace with them. The Fireside Girls rebuild a replacement machine to rescue them. Meanwhile, Doofusman replaces Perry with a new nemesis named Peter the Panda, making Perry depressed.
hey, you know, kid.
We are at the Museum of Natural History, and they do come back 3 times. Grease Lightning, Phineas and Ferb, Content Bagaloo, and Bad Hair Day.
Lucky these things aren't still here today.
Footprint was found not 30 yards from this very...
Didn't we have a dog named Bucky who got sick and went to live on kindly old man Simmons?
Lawrence lied about Bucky living in Old Man Simmons' farm, and this was before they got the pleb, before Perry the pup, and he decreased. I wish we get to know a story about Bucky.
Man, Simmons. Hey! Who's up?
Never thought Phineas's pupils go big as he saw at the time machine gadget museum part. But it's pretty cool, not until you see Isabella's one in the Meat episode.
This is one of our most curious pieces, a time machine made by a 19th century scientist named Xavier.
So this is Professor Xavier Onassis from the 1970s science who invented time. And he does appear in the Quantum Bagaloo episode later. They are like, what the fuck is this?
A time machine.
This is the first glimpse of the time machine, as we get to see it again in the Quantum Bagaloo episode. They all link up to the future episode, which is an arc, by the way.
I know what we're gonna do today. Right. Where's Perry?
Thank goodness that Phineas and Ferb are focusing on building the time machine. If they found that, then his secret identity would have been blown right there.
A bit of a situation here. Major Monogram has been frozen like this pretty much all day.
And we all know who's behind this, huh? Huh? Alright, okay. I love Carl. Major Monogram doesn't speak in this at all, despite Swampy Marsh being the creator, who works at Disney all the time, so it's just like, we may well just not appear then anyways.
And this fossil is the only
Are you doing? Fixing a time.
Mom!
I accidentally paused it again, and once again, he's closing the eyes with a front face. As Phineas is testing that thing, Candace reappears after the pink thing go away. She's like, "Oop, I'm back."
Cool.
Hi guys, what you do?
This is the first time that we get to see Isabella without her uniform with the fire circle. Pretty strange.
Kinda impossible. Well, good luck. The local fossils exhibit.
How did he get in the pool? Oh, who cares? Oh no, this doesn't sound good. This is the same gun from the mummy episode, I presume. Yes, it is. Oh my goodness. Good continuity again.
I have my...
I like that for he's like, yeah, there's nothing going on right here. And also he referenced the mouse from the previous episode, like the robot and Fast and Phineas, which is a good throwback. The mark on your face.
But it's not what you think. We're not...
This is Peter the Panda's first appearance as his secret agent in Seattle, as we don't get to know his nemesis until season 4, Miss Professor Mystery.
Little missy, there's no yelling. Didn't you see the sign?
It's a museum. I wouldn't want to wake anyone up.
You should listen to people, Candace. No yelling, and you started shouting back, and this is what you got, what you deserve, Candace.
Yelled in the museum? That is hardcore.
That's Vincent Martella doing the voice.
We gotta say...
Smart play from her part, Candace.
Dog here.
Yeah, it's new. I'm so bored.
At least Candace is here so you can talk.
For the fossil exhibit, that's a good one.
This part is so funny. She disappears and she comes back there. Wow.
I didn't go anywhere.
You have no idea what happened. Candace, you're holding a thing that teleports you everywhere by Phineas.
So, can I get...
Hi, Jeremy.
Really kind of freaking me out. You're a little young to be working in a museum. People taking an interest in history.
Like this. Have you seen it?
Oh boy, Candace is in trouble again.
I want you to find out this way. Evil Genius Expo in Seattle.
Yep, and that is Professor Mystery.
I hate you anymore. I do.
This scene is so depressing.
Break, don't you? So, go on. It's over now. That's a Freezenator, Ray, but...
It's not what you think it is. It turned out later on it isn't real until Doofus was bringing one later in the end of the episode.
He's got it well in hand. Curse you, Peter the Panda!
This is so depressing. Even though Doof and Perry fight each other, they do care about each other. Even though they hate each other or Perry destroys his enablers or Doofus must trap him. Perry does care about Doof, and Doof later on cares about Perry. It's such a charm, even though Doof tries to destroy Perry. He does have a heart.
Hey, what's this? Stealing...
You tell her, officer. Get her done.
Ah, there it is.
You can see the sky is changing to a different color as the building behind it looks pretty weird. The song is called When We Didn't Get Along by Danny Jacob and the other 5 people who wrote that song. And it is pretty hard and it's sad. It's just so depressing. As he sees Peter Panda restaurant, you can see the rain reflects on Perry, which is a nice touch of detail right there.
I spent all my time keeping you.
This show has good continuity, great content. As you can see, this is the beach episode. Yeah, that is Flop Stars. Candace's birthday. The Princess Sensibility episode. The roller coaster episode. And that is Fast and Phineas.
Dr. D.
I love seeing Perry happy. And this scene isn't reused clips. This is a different and I think they're animated in this episode.
I only laugh long.
This scene is too hard to watch. It's like I want to cry, but I try. It's so hard. There are a lot of scenes in animation and cartoon that hits me hard, but this is one of them. And Perry not finding Doof anymore, this hits me hard. Even though Phineas and Ferb is a light cartoon on fun adventures, it does have hard moments like that, including when we get to many of these, including the second dimension later. I feel bad for Perry. He's got to find another way to deal with this.
Darling, can I have $5?
Of course, Candace always explains everything, what happening right now. As you can see, it's as usual.
Ever tell you how much I love you?
Great reference to Mom's birthday, the previous video that I break down. As for compare, look how it glows before the portal opens. As Candace tries to bust them, look, they get covered in that purple aura before they disappear, which is nice. As the color changes, as it turns purple to pink, they appear again. This is prehistoric Danville. As you can see, there's a mountain, the grass is very good detail, the trees, the backgrounds are there, pretty nice. That's an actual dazzle. You know there is no plug to connect it in the prehistoric Danville, as the shadow shrinks as the dinosaur stamps on the time machine, which is nice. This is a T-Rex, a Tyrannosaurus dinosaur, an extinct dinosaur, as he does appear in the future, and he's also voiced by D. Bradley Baker, who likes dinosaurs as he does sounds. And this isn't the first time he did a dinosaur, even if he's a dinosaur alien. But I'm gonna count it because he voiced Humongosaur in the UAF era.
This could be a problem.
The T-Rex is in front of the three people. As you get to advert breaks, you can see they're behind.
No sudden movements.
Way to go, Candace. You ruined everything. Once again, he's closing his eyes and he's front facing again.
It's
That's going to be in the museum.
Hey, that looks just like Candace.
Not for long, Lawrence. As Lawrence talking, look how it changes as the past events interfering with the future events. And I know that Phineas and Ferb are going to use the stick to send a message for Isabella as they're going to write in the mud.
Dear.
As soon as I pause it again, I see a front face Phineas again, but this time with his eyes open.
that look like? Hop on.
This reference from the Flintstones as they use helmets. Good reference. So that it doesn't hurt your head, silly.
How is this better?
This one's a vegetarian, ma'am.
They are very helpful, and you can see the flowers next to the grass.
Print from the beast that tried to eat me alive.
Yep, I see another front face Phineas.
Help us get out of prehistoric times.
Watch and learn.
I do agree that Candace still needs to bust her brother, but she has to listen to her brothers because Phineas is very smart there. He's going to use a stick to write letters to make sure that Isabella knows.
Message. Time machine destroyed. 300 million BC. Please help. Sign Phineas, Ferb, and Candace.
As Isabella's face is moving down to the side, the girls do it the same.
Hey, has anyone seen Perry?
The sky changed color again.
Day of my life.
I love this picture, even though it's fake. You can see the volcano, the sea, the grass, the trees. It looks pretty detailed.
Outside the photo store. With my life, I had a nemesis.
I would love to know more about their past, as we already know about Perry's past, but Farmer knew. I realised this scene has done it again in Milo Murphy's Law when Cavendish and Dakota and Doof are talking about their past.
The photo store. With my life changed. I had a nemesis.
Good old times, and I'm glad he's not breaking the door. The song is called My Nemesis, another song sung by Danny Jacob and 4 other songwriters, including the creators, as this is a pretty nice touch. And also behind is a parody of James Bond 007. And these guys are at the front. These 3, they appear again in season 2. They wrote a song called It's a Perfect Day.
He hates me. What?
I think they used the same place for the intro when Phineas and Ferb find something that doesn't exist. Even though they are nemesis, they care about each other.
Assembling my Freezenator to be.
That was the moment Doof knew that he needs Perry back, because Peter the Pan disassembled his Freezer instead of destroying, which Perry should have done. That was the same scene in Last with Phineas.
Alright, miss. It says time. Oh.
At least they fixed it, but Phineas and Ferb should have gave it to Isabella before going in the time. At least they got back in it anyways. I also forgot, Phineas said, "What you doing?" when Candace was running away, so I'm going to put that counter there.
Nemesis again.
I cannot stop laughing at this scene. I realised Dr. Phil Better is a parody of Dr. Phil, so there you go. You can see a dog, cat, frog, a kangaroo, a pig, and a duck. These characters do appear again in the second dimension and Agent Doof, which is, you can see why, they're the old WCA agents.
Just your nemesis? Well, that's precisely what happened to our...
Who is he voiced by? Carlos Alasraki? He was the police guard earlier. He also does the voice for Rocco Modern Life, as Rocco, as the 2 creators worked on that show. He does Puma Loco in El Tigre, and he also does Bobby Fabulous on this show, which is in the next video.
I'm sorry, he doesn't actually talk.
Wait until you get to season 4 when Perry turns into a pharmacist.
Panda doesn't talk either. He's a panda bear.
If only Doof learns about the animal translator that Phineas and Ferb built.
What kind of an evil scientist are you?
This could go wrong. Oh dear.
Here, I can't believe I'll never get my driver's license or my trip to Rome. Most of all, I can't believe I'll never see Jeremy again.
CJ, not the thing that you referencing on GTA. It's just the CJ, Candace and Jeremy, and they just come up in the present. Really like the waterfall in the background. The colour palette of the screen changes as it's raining, as Candace is soaked. The colour palette changed again with the dinosaur and 3 people as it thunder strikes.
Plans.
Well, I hope that's not going to be an issue.
Hi, guys. What you doing? Oh, there's an M in Time Machine.
Yeah, Ferb.
You know, you just put a plug and you couldn't activate a different thing?
I did? Electricity in Dinosaur Land!
Well, it was you causing it. Yeah.
That was a close one. Lucky.
This reminds me of a commercial break. Oh wait, it is, just like in real life.
Doofenshmirtz, tell Perry the Platypus how you feel.
Oh boy, Doof, it's about time you tell the truth.
I'm so sorry I hurt you. When I wasn't, give me another chance. I promise. With cartoonish physical violence and elaborate...
This is the first time Perry is crying, and I feel so sorry for him. He wants him back, and I don't blame him at all.
traps constructed out of strange things I've purchased.
Do you say, Perry the Platypus?
This is the first time that Doof mentioned spoke to Perry without a hat. As you can see later on, he doesn't recognize Perry until in season 2. Yep, they are back in business. I'm so happy they are. They always will be, no matter what.
The real one, boys!
I realized the other one was fake. Oh yes, I did. Of course, Peter the Panda was fooled. Fair play to Doof.
And then turn them all into statues for my giant...
I like how the camera shake as the T-Rex chasing Candace.
There! There's a live Tyrannosaur!
No, that
Of course, Perry stops it and fires at a T-Rex.
Well, you're right, Candace.
And we don't get to see him again until wherever we are. See you later, Peter the Panda.
So exciting. We actually went back in time. Hey, there you are, Perry.
This is my favorite in the museum.
Yeah, Candace went back in time just to write and C and plus J. That is pretty nice.
And never knew cavemen wore safety helmets.
Yep, Phineas and Ferb created all of this, and Candace as well, who's involved with the time traveling.
Fossils. Da, da, da. Da, da, da.
I love Lila, but why is she wearing the makeup to bed? This makes no sense at all. Any wife would just say, turn it down or something. I like how Linda is smiling as Lawrence is still, which is pretty nice. Be like Linda, everyone. The first 22-minute episode is done. Let's get on with the ratings. Plot 4. It is simple, but it goes much deeper than this. I like Phineas and Ferb creating a time machine that foreshadows the future. And now, Candace trying to bust the brothers is simple, but she does join in adventures such as the prehistoric Danville, where we get to see the dinosaurs and that, which is pretty cool, as we get to see the futuristic in Phineas and Ferb Conte Bagaloo. And this is also the arc of this episode. I love Doof and Perry's interaction, yeah, but it's longer, as we get to see Peter the Panda becoming Doof's enemy, which really hurts Perry, as Doof really cares about him, even if he's his nemesis. But it works well, even Doof hurts him, until he puts on his hat on to make sure that he really wants to have fun again. Characterization 5. Everyone has a personality, including Peter, who doesn't talk, as also follows Perry as well. We get to see Isabella, Jeremy and the other cast as they are themselves. Doof in this episode is a three-dimensional cat, as he not just wants to rule over the tri-state area or his back path, he really cares about his nemesis, even if he fails or succeeds. I love Perry as well, as he's shown a lot about his character, as well his determination and his success of the age. It just shows, it's not just fighting against each other. They tell him about how they feel, as you see in Dr. Feel Better. Visuals 5. Many of the episodes are simple, as they are great additions, but not quite as Swinter or some of the. But this one is the time machine design is great. I really like the background of the building, the museum, prehistoric Danville, of the designs of the dinosaur and different creatures. It's just great and fun, as it has a lot of cool stuff in there. Importance 5. I just don't need to explain it again. If you watch the episode, you understand what the concept is. Entertainment 5. It has a lot of scenes like the dinosaur world, when Candace teleporting when Phineas used the thing, and they create a time machine. Doof and Perry. There are a lot of things. I'm just lost for words. That leaves off with a 24 out of 25. Higher than Roller Coaster and Swinner. I'm not surprised, because it's a 22-minute episode. But they've done a fantastic job. Let's move on to our final thoughts. In this episode, there are a lot of references, like the song We Didn't Get Along is similar to Toy Story 2. I forgot that Candace wrote CJ in the dinosaur feet, as Jeremy does the same thing in That Plane. I also forgot that When We Didn't Get Along and My Nemesis both made it to the Phineas and Ferb soundtrack. They were available for Phineas and Ferb musical clips the countdown, but didn't make it in the top, which is as this episode review is done for today. Until we do we're getting the band back together, which is my favorite episode of season 1. But comment down below, what is your favorite part of this episode? Let me know my thoughts. Until next time, and I hope you have a great day, and always see ya.